Hi everyone, and welcome back to Captain Scarlet and the Mistrons as I take a look at episodes 21 and 22, starting with Fire at Rig 15. The Mistron threat has come in. They intend to knock out Spectrum totally. Well, Colonel White obviously knows what they are talking about, and that is the Spectrum refinery at Ben Sheba. So that is the target. To get to their target, the Mistrons deliberately open a valve at rig 15 and the whole rig goes up in smoke. Scarlet and Blue are dispatched to investigate the fire at rig 15. On the scene is an expert who deals with fires, and that is of Jason Smith. Unfortunately for Jason Smith, he is going to meet a very sticky end. Yes, the Mistrons eliminate Jason Smith just before he puts the fire out at rig 15. During the evening, the Mistron reconstructed Jason Smith gets a visit from the former Captain Black, who gives him his orders. He is to drive his vehicle straight at Ben Sheba. His vehicle, of course, is packed with loads and loads of explosives. So, early in the morning, the Mistron Reconstruct sets off for Ben Sheba. Now, he got a good head start, about good 10 miles or so. Anyway, Jason Smith's body is located at the fire scene and Spectrum is on full alert. They now know the Mistrons have reconstructed Jason Smith and they know exactly where this Mistron agent is heading to. Captain Scarlet requisitions an SPV. He eventually catches up with the Mistron Smith and forces his vehicle away from the plant. But unfortunately, things don't work out too smoothly for Spectrum. Smith is killed in an explosion, but Captain Scarlet also has suffered in the explosion. And of course, he is taken back to Cloud Base. And of course, Colonel White is on the communication to Dr. Thorne, stating a very important patient is on his way in. And that patient will do all the rest to heal himself. Yeah, so this is an average episode. It's quite good. And I'm going to give this one 6 out of 10. It's not bad. It's quite a good one. There's nothing much really to speculate in this one. The Mistrons caused the fire at the rig 15 by opening a valve themselves, so that was intriguing. And I think on that note, let's push straight on to the next episode. Oh, just to add, yes, this was indeed a victory for Spectrum. Right, now we can push on to the next episode. So, here we are at episode 22, Treble Cross. Wow, this is a really good one, this. The Mistrons threaten to destroy the world's capital, Futura City. Major Gravener and his chauffeur, Harris, are driving along a road. They are taken out by the former Captain Black, and their car crashes into, I assume it's a lake, river, lake, something like that. And of course, Major Gravener is duplicated by the Mistrons. And this is where things get really interesting. You see, for Major Gravener, it's going to be his lucky day, even though he's technically dead. Because coming down the road after Captain Black and the Mistron Reconstruct agent disappear off the scene are a couple of doctors. They spot the car crash. They locate Gravener floating in the water. And they promptly get him off to Slayton Hospital, where they work on him. And he's been technically dead for 2 hours. And they work up to about midnight on him, and things don't look good. And then suddenly, Major Gravener is back from the dead. So, the real Major Gravener is now resting up in hospital, while the Mistron Major Gravener is on his way to Slayton Air Base. Now, the real Major Gravener is in fact a chief test pilot located at this particular base. So when the Mistron Reconstruct walks in through the front door, nobody suspects any difference. And of course, the shady old former Captain Black is on the scene to oversee the operation. The Mistron reconstruction of Gravener wants the XK-107, and he wants it ready for takeoff in 1 hour, and he wants it armed with a nuclear warhead. Now, his plane is fueled up, ready to go. He's on the runway. He's about to jet off on his deadly mission. And a call comes into the base from Slayton Hospital about the real Major Gravener. Anyway, the base goes on full alert, and the Mistron reconstructed agent is actually taken out. He crashes his plane. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Obviously, now Spectrum is in the picture of the events that have unfolded, and Scarlet and Blue are now with the real Major Gravener. Now he's fully recovered. They intend to use the real Major Gravener to get the facts of the Mistron plan. So he takes the place of the Mistron Gravener who was taken out, and he sets off in the plane, and he actually gets a communication from the former Captain Black to land the plane at a certain place. So Spectrum is obviously swinging into action, and Spectrum sees an opportunity to get their hands on the elusive former Captain Black. Anyway, Gravener lands his plane, Spectrum swings into action, Black crashes the lorry, but of course, as we all know, Black is going to get away with the help of the Mistrons, and that's exactly what happens. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. It was a great episode. I love the fact that the Mistrons were fooled. They couldn't tell the difference between the real Major Gravener and the Mistron reconstructed Major Gravener. Clever episode. Really good. Marvellous. And on that note, catch you next time. Goodbye.